Hey everyone, I'm Shenglu and welcome to this series where I'll be documenting my GX journey, a course by NUS College that brought us to Indonesia to explore how coastal communities are leading the way in marine conservation. From fishermen turned conservationists to NGOs and scientists, we are learning how people are protecting marine life and rebuilding ecosystems from the ground up. Our first stop, Mataram University. At Mataram University, we were warmly welcomed by students and professors from the Marine Science Department. We met Dika, the head of department, who introduced us to the island's key coastal ecosystems, namely mangroves, seagrass, and coral reefs. These systems are tightly connected. When one breaks down, the others quickly feel the same impact. We kicked off with a theory session on mangrove ecology, where we learned how mangroves are broadly classified by root types, like prop roots, cone roots, and many more, and then further identified based on features like leaf shape, flowers, and propagales. For example, within the Rhizophora genus, we learned to tell three species apart. Rhizophora macronata has 4 to 8 clustered flowers and a cotyledon neck that turns yellow when mature. Rhizophora apiculata has reddish undersides on its leaves and its cotyledon neck turns red when mature. Rhizophora stylosa has 8 to 16 group flowers and its cotyledon neck turns greenish-yellow when mature. Honestly, it felt like an information overload, and we covered nearly 20 mangrove species. I could barely remember them all, but luckily, Mataram University gave us a handy mangrove guidebook to refer to. In the afternoon, we had a technical briefing on how to measure mangrove density. The method was scientific, based on classifying trees, saplings, and seedlings in defined plots, and measuring diameter at breast height, or DBH. Depending on the structure of the tree, like if it had aerial roots or was multi-stemmed, we would adjust our measurement points accordingly. There was this large protractor-like tool that we will use to measure angles, which will later help us to calculate tree height using trigonometry. To make sure we were ready, we ran a full simulation indoor. It helped us to get used to the measurement tools, identify the sampling plots correctly, and rehearse the entire procedure before heading out into the field.
So before we go to the field, we would like to divide you in each group, yeah?
Each group was allocated an area, and with that, we were off to our field site.
Oh, I'm not good at balancing it.
Yeah.
4.5. 4.5. 4.5. 4.5.
Do we have like a whole bunch of data?
Oh, yes.
Wow.
We have 24 readings for the first one and
Incredible.
10 readings for the second.
Thank you for data
Okay,
collecting.
no problem.
This brought back memories of geography field trips, wading through mud, getting our hands dirty, and trying to make sense of the natural world in real time. After wrapping up our data collection, we had a bit of time to just explore and soak in the environment, a rare and refreshing moment to appreciate the calm, the sounds of the mangroves, and the interconnected life around us.
Oh.
What's data collection without analysis? In the afternoon, we learned how to calculate mangrove density from our field data. Mataram students do this on a much larger scale, collecting thousands of data points for their projects. This data supports real-world decisions, like helping the government plan protected areas for mangrove conservation. It made me realize how even simple fieldwork can drive meaningful change.
Tapi ini mangrove?
Ya.
Oh, it's a mangrove.
Here in East Lombok, mangrove restoration has been community-led since 2017. What started as a local response to environmental degradation has grown into a model of grassroots conservation. Under the leadership of the village head, the community replanted mangroves, improved water flow, and witnessed real impact, from cooler temperatures to thriving crab harvests. Today, around 80% of the villagers rely on mangroves for crab fishing. In partnership with NGOs, they practice sustainable harvesting, regularly monitoring crab populations, releasing smaller ones back into the mangroves where they feed on chocolate band snails, and keeping only those above a certain weight in the crab farm to continue growing. We then visited a nearby salt farm that uses a traditional method passed down through generations. Salt is produced in small batches, about 5 kilograms at a time, using mud collected directly from the mangroves. The process is simple but precise. The mud is first fired in a salt prism, then mixed with water and filtered. The alkali lower layer of the water is actually reused to make local foods like tahu and tempeh, while the excess salt water is sometimes fed to pigs as a remedy when they fall sick. To protect the mangroves, the community no longer burns mangrove wood. Instead, they use coconut husks, fallen branches, or purchased firewood, a small but meaningful shift that doesn't affect the salt's quality or taste. Finally, we visited a mangrove-associated bee farm, part of the local restoration effort. The farm uses a single stingless bee species that's easy to manage and identified by its yellow tail. Each box can produce up to 4 liters of honey every 6 to 7 months, with a 200 milliliter bottle selling for around 100,000 rupiah. During peak flowering in November and December, bees forage on mangrove blossoms. Boxes are labeled to prevent bees from getting lost, and while ants are a common problem, natural oils are used to keep them out. The beekeeper, also a fisherman, says once it's set up, beekeeping is low effort and highly rewarding. Our day in East Lombok was a powerful reminder of how nature and community can thrive together, from restoring mangroves and farming crabs to producing salt and honey sustainably. Every effort, no matter how small, feeds into a larger ecosystem of care and resilience. What's even more exciting is the potential for all these initiatives to grow, not just for conservation, but also a part of a sustainable ecotourism model that brings greater awareness and income to the community. Thanks for following along, and stay tuned for the next episode, where we will continue to explore Indonesia's front lines of marine conservation.